All right. So we will invite each of the 5 startups to pitch their final ideas. They will have 5 minutes to pitch their idea, followed by 2 minutes of questions. They're currently sitting in a waiting room, patiently waiting to come on stage. Not quite literally, but we will send them on stage to make their pitch. And so let's get started. So our first pitch will be about how can we reduce the greenhouse gas emissions of DFI Retail Group at scale. And so we do have a challenge statement winner who is going to come on stage now to pitch their idea to us. Participants, you will not, don't worry, we won't start the timer until you're ready. We just want to make sure we can see you and say hi to you. Hi there.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you all right. We're so excited that you're here. Or you can see us all right? All right, we will put a timer on the screen. And when you're ready, we will start your 5-minute timer. Give us 1 minute.
Thank you so much. It's wonderful to meet everyone, and it's wonderful to be here. My name is Natalia. I'm a co-founder and CEO of Viver. Viver is a company that's based in Canada, but also operates in Singapore and South Korea and Hong Kong. And we are here to present a solution to make buildings and operations healthier and more sustainable, saving energy and achieving net zero goals. My background is engineering. I spent over 10 years using sensor networks and algorithms, mainly to help governments and corporates in Canada, Hong Kong, South Korea, Europe, and Singapore to monitor and improve their operations. And what I discovered through this process is many of the cooling and refrigeration systems, especially in the retail sector, present a huge opportunity for action. And I am very passionate to solve the problems that I discovered. Part of what our contacts told us and our customers told us is we had over hundreds of conversations, and they mentioned that right now there is a huge cost, there is a huge time that's being wasted, and also the huge impact on the processes being reactive and not predictive. And this is limiting our ability to achieve net zero goals and achieving efficiency of the operations. Our vision at Viver is to provide solutions to maximize cost and energy savings that can be deployed in any building and has especially high proposition for retail and F&B industry to reduce waste and increase public trust while also saving energy. We provide end-to-end high accuracy monitoring software that is predictive, as well as IoT solution to save energy of the operations of buildings and indoor environments, and improve the productivity of people and reduce maintenance costs. What we offer is small detectors and networks of those detectors, as well as software that is connected to it. This solution enables 10 to 20x return of investment in less than 18 months. We save costs, save time, save energy, and also help increase revenue for retail, F&B operators and owners. Why this solution is unique? There is 3 core technologies that is patent pending. It includes a unique data collection system that's based on our devices and other data sources. We also have real-time energy optimization system, and also decision support solution that helps actually make it very easy for the employees to take action in terms of saving energy and be rewarded for that action. Through this, we are able to achieve a great benchmarking across the different organizations and within organizations, reduce data entry and time to make decisions, optimize operation, and increase revenue. We have a small detectors that, as I mentioned, can be easily added to any ventilation systems, whether it's a split system, central system, or within the space itself. For example, it's also been used in refrigeration kind of storage units. This advanced sensor networks is able to provide a lot of value, and it's very easy to implement. It takes less than 10 minutes to install the device. The maintenance cost is very low, and it can be deployed in any location because of the way we design the sensor networks using 4G connectivity combined with other networking options, as well as repeater extending connection in the basement and so on. We also are able to integrate with controls or are able to provide value without any controls integration, which makes it very flexible because the solution is designed to encourage behavioral change and action of employees. And this is in addition to controlling the systems directly. We also offer advanced sensors as part of this package. They track air quality and contamination. They track temperature at very high precision. Food spoilage gases, which is very unique and it's very difficult to get, especially for the range of the gases we are detecting, such as ethylene and so on. Refrigerants used, we can also track how much refrigerants is being used, which is a big challenge right now for the cooling system operators, as well as energy efficiency and occupancy. We use this information to enable both controls, behavioral change, and workforce optimization. We use this system to save energy through automation and maintenance. We use this to save maintenance costs through this decision support system and ticketing system that's built, that drives through our data. And also we are using this to reduce the spoilage of the food by detecting and identifying spoilage gases and where they are coming from and preventing further damage. Food is actually one of the biggest carbon footprint in the retail and F&B industries, which Jardines has. So we are very excited to provide this solution.
Thank you, Weave Air. Your 5 minutes is up. I know it's short. You have a lot of ideas, but I'd like to give the time to the judges, who will have 2 minutes from when they start their question, to ask you some clarifying questions. So judges, if there's someone who would like to ask Weave Air a question. Kathy.
Yeah, hi. I understand your logic. So, can you tell me a little bit more about your go-to-market model? Are you selling that hardware plus software? And how do you ensure security? Because, for example, let's say if a banking data center wants to, you wanted to approach a banking or a data center, right? How do you ensure security? And how do you ensure that device gets the necessary maintenance so that it functions as you described? So
Yeah.
sorry, I'm like asking a ton of questions. Yeah, but interesting idea. Yes.
Yes, thank you so much. This is actually like one of the biggest challenges that we were solving as we were developing this solution. So data security, right? So there is the security of devices themselves, the communication, the installation. So we make sure that nobody gets access to the data who should not have. And there is also the security and the data privacy, it's important to keep the information not just secure, but also the privacy of who needs to access it. So we have actually set up a very comprehensive system to take into account this. And we are using some of the tools that is available through this program and through this other hackathons that is available through Google and other service providers, for cloud service providers, that is enabling this. And we also have partners who is helping us. Basically, we provide end-to-end encryption, the asymmetric encryption of our data. That's first part of it. And the second part is we basically put in these access points that between the devices and the network, our server. So ensure that data communication is very secure. So we have a few different levels, and we actually are very heavily drilled by this on our clients before we implement the solution. And the second question that you had was, how do we implement this solution to make sure it's actually working and kind of coupled to controls? So we work with partners. We have very strong partners, both in terms of integrations and controls. One of our advisors, actually I should mention our team, he's working at Lighton. And also he has a lot of experience building IoT applications. So I'm very fortunate to have an excellent team.
Wonderful.
To enable.
Apologies, I must cut you off. We've got a packed agenda. Thank you very much. And with that, thank you, Weave Air. You are the first to pitch, not the easiest thing. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Excellent.
Where we will, Pama, one of our businesses, is interested in learning about how can we monitor and analyze machine conditions via an app-based solution to help reduce fuel consumption for loading equipment. And so this is a big question, and we have Faraday here, who has won his challenge statement earlier today to present his solution. So Faraday, can you turn on your camera and maybe turn on your microphone and make sure we can hear you and that you can share your screen? Cool. Cascadia Scientific.
It's actually Steven, so we're representing Cascadia, not Faro, but
Is that all right?
Apologies.
May we start?
We see you. All right. We'll put a timer
Okay,
on the
great.
screen and we'll start when you're ready.
Great. Yeah. So hi, thank you. My name is Stephen. I'm with Cascadia Scientific. We're a Canadian company and happy to participate in this event. We are a rather niche solution in kind of a global industry, which is mining. Our solution is really focused on leveraging data and fuel consumption data to kind of capture this overarching goal of how do we get to net zero? How do we help this industry become a leader in sustainability and drive innovation? So our product is just briefly first on the company. So we are based in Vancouver. We are currently working with the mining industry, albeit the new aspect to this platform is loaders and shovels. So that is the kind of earth moving kind of shovel scooping equipment to be able to load into these haul trucks to be able to refine this ore. So yes, our platform is widely used in mining, most commonly on haul trucks. So on the loading equipment. And this challenge is focused on how do we apply the learnings to be able to also capture sustainability, cost reductions for loading equipment. So our platform is we call it a decision intelligence platform, but it's really uniquely powered by some custom sensors that we install on the asset itself. We leverage data science and machine learning to look at this information and collaborate with our clients to pursue opportunities for cost reductions, equipment availability gains, and of course, GHG reductions as well. So in terms of the sensors briefly, so we do have these fuel meters here, which are behind me, but those are installed on the equipment and why install fuel meters? So this is very much a new approach in mining where, all of these equipments have computers that compute consumption, but the accuracy is not there. And so in order to have, a good, reliable data set, we do have to have some sensors that we install on the asset to be able to really start to investigate opportunities for improvement. So, we have a robust sensor suite to be able to pull in this information, which includes, high accuracy, real-time consumption. We also have sensors built into this controller, which is magnetically mounted to the vehicle. This data is moved through the cloud and analyzed, but we also have some, we're looking at, consumption. We're looking at, pressure-based altimetry. So this would be barometric pressure changes to know where we are vertically. The vehicle network has a lot of information. So the existing engine computer, and so we're pulling information from there. Motion sensing and location as well feeds this kind of overall data strategy. In terms of kind of data management, this data will be captured on kind of time-based intervals sent to the cloud, and we also have presentation options. But really about value creation. So what do we do when we receive this information? How do our clients benefit? There's a number of kind of levers we pull or opportunities we pursue that relate to maintenance, mine planning, operator behavior, forecasting. So, as an example here, this is how we would model operator performance to be able to look at, areas to improve. So we try and capture a packet of data that encompasses activity and intensity. And in looking at that data and using machine learning, we're able to start to look at, the impact of, for example, the operator, while normalized for all of the other behaviors that, a dynamic operation is doing. And that powers unique programs to be able to start to look at how can we train these operators better? How can we empower them to make better decisions? And, how can we look at capturing ways of reducing the fuel used by these assets as well as the emissions created. The technical, this quite technical for those that perhaps aren't in mining, but definitely on the maintenance side of things is a huge cost for these operations. So maintaining these assets, making sure they're running at maximum availability. So using consumption is one of the strongest predictors of how much work an asset has performed. And so we use consumption and utilization to support our clients in extending the life of these assets, making sure that they're utilized effectively. And there's a number of ways that we do that. In terms of kind of project plans, we do have a very robust plan. This has been practiced and proven. We are installed in Indonesia. And what I will say is that every client that has came on with us, we're 4 years old, but every company that has come on with us, be it for a proof of concept or a longer deployment, has stayed on. So we have 100% retention rate, and that's something we're certainly proud of.
Thank you,
And
Cascadia.
yeah,
Thank you
thank you.
so much for sharing that. All right. Now back to the judges. Yes, go ahead.
Hi, I got a tech question and a business question. Tech question is,
Yes.
The data analytics that your sensors are capturing seems to be a little after the fact. How real time can your analytics be to actually impact what is actually going on in real time and saving consumptions, right? And then what is your payback period for your solution?
That's a great question. So the first one is we are more focused on longer term trends. So it's not necessarily, for example, a display in the operator cab where it provides immediate feedback. What we're looking at is longer term trends in the data. And so it is not, our data capture strategy, there are some use cases, for example, heat mapping, where we map the haul roads. That is on 10-second intervals. And there is a data capture strategy for kind of different data points at longer intervals, for example, 5 minutes. Could you repeat your second question, please, if you don't mind?
Just what is the payback period of your solution?
The payback period, yeah. So in general, the payback is there's a number of ways that we pursue and justify the business in terms of ROI. But generally, our pricing model is around 0.5% of the total fuel cost per asset per year. So we generally see around upwards of 2 to 3% savings from using the system, and so there is a 4 to 5x multiplier in terms of ROI.
Just a very quick one, thank you. Tell me a little bit about the deployment. Is that a plug and play solution? Do you have to deploy your own people?
That's a good question. So, for example, in Indonesia, yes, we did support with technicians coming to site. But in certain geographies, and especially with COVID, as travel has been restricted, we've pivoted towards more of a plug and play type approach, where we would provide remote support, ship the units to site, and have the maintenance team that is already well suited and deal with these equipment on a regular basis. The installation is quite easy for them.
All right. Thank you so much for your question. I'm sorry I have to keep time.
No, that's fine. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks
Really
for dialing in
enjoyed
from
it. Excellent. Thank
Canada.
you.
And so just on that,
Hi.
we have participants from Kenya, Canada, UK, US dialing in. And just to let the judges know, this is now very global. So let's move on to pitch number 3. United Tractors. They're interested in learning about solutions that then help them reduce carbon emissions and equalize electricity distribution throughout the nation with solar photovoltaic technology. And here we'd like to invite Farah Day into the room. I know that you have a solar plant management system that you'd like to share with the judges. So hi, can you hear us? We can see you on the screen. Can we hear you?
Hi,
Say hello.
yes, I can hear you.
Wonderful. And maybe you can try sharing your screen as well. Fantastic. The timer is up in your own time.
All right. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, sponsors, fellow participants. My name is Felix. I'm the lead software engineer here at Faraday, and I will be presenting to you about our product from the Faraday team. But first, let me present the 2 main problems that we want to tackle. The problem with a decentralized power generation system is maintenance, which can cost up to $50 per kilowatt peak per year. And another major problem with renewables is intermittency, meaning there is no guarantee of a continuous energy supply, which can increase the chance of power outages. Now, these problems create 4 derivative issues to be tackled, namely monitoring, predicting future supply availability, reducing operational and maintenance costs, and increasing trust and company reputation. To solve these issues, we want to introduce to you Lensa EMS, Faraday's solar plant management system for industry, leveraging remote data acquisition, machine learning, and remote system control to streamline and automate energy management processes. The system consists of both hardware, such as sensors, transmitters, and microprocessors, and also software, including monitoring and forecasting tools. Our cloud-based infrastructure lets operators monitor their assets from anywhere in the world through our intuitive yet feature-rich interface, helping speed up the onboarding process and saving hours in troubleshooting. Leveraging machine learning, Lensa uses historical data to create accurate solar power forecasts, allowing operators to react to potential supply-demand surges in advance. Lensa's extensibility also allows for future integrations, such as with control systems. Our demo system is currently running, collecting data from a single solar panel in the Prasetya Mulia campus, and the dashboard is publicly available if you log in with the credentials that you see on screen. Our system is also designed to be hardware agnostic, allowing it to integrate with any existing system. We also designed Lensa to be modular, allowing features to be added and removed on demand to customize it to our clients' needs. Our core team members come from various backgrounds and possess a wide range of skills and experiences. We're confident that we've formed the perfect team for this endeavor. Our engineering and business development team come from various backgrounds related to the industry. The team members worked in startups, energy companies, experienced with IoT and robotics, factory management, and creative marketing. Together, we create value through collaborative learning by enterprising. We also have access to our university's resources, experienced mentors, and advisory board, topped with the collaborative STEM laboratory, where we can make use of industry standard tools and hardware and perform various experiments and tests. Furthermore, we also have access to industrial guidance thanks to our university's partnership and MOUs with energy companies, including Medco Energy, Schneider Electric, Dynapack, Hitachi, REC, and of course, Astra Group. Of course, we won't stop here. Once we have the funds, we plan on expanding our team to accelerate our growth, create more value, and innovate in our field. Our pricing strategy consists of a one-time development fee followed by a recurring subscription cost. For the development fee, we charge a small percentage of the plant's total asset value, which varies to accommodate the client's needs for customization. In addition, we charge a fixed subscription fee for software maintenance, as well as additional warranty and support fees for the monitoring hardware. All the manual labor that Lensa automates costs around $10 to $11 per kilowatt peak, which can save solar power plants up to 75% in monitoring cost component of operational and maintenance. This EMS is reduced, the EMS cost is reduced exponentially along with the scale of the power plant. Lensa EMS will always be cheaper compared to manual labor. Furthermore, Lensa EMS will also offer features such as decision-making recommendations and many more. By projecting a rated power peak market grab of around 3 megawatts and 10 to 15% market growth, an initial capital investment of $150,000 would promise returns in Q9. Looking at the graph, with the aforementioned growth rate, we will start seeing a green, clean cash flow in the 5th quarter. In the full version, our system can be ready in less than a month after its initial site survey, where afterwards we design the system before retrofitting them in the plant or plant blueprint. That is all for our presentation. Thank you all for listening. We will now be open for questions.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Our judges in Hong Kong, or maybe Jonathan or Ash online, do you have questions for this team?
I'll jump in with a quick one. Just if you could share a little bit, please, about the competitive landscape, because I haven't come across these types of solutions, and how you might be a little bit different than some of the other solutions that are out there.
For that, my colleague Tobias, can you please?
Hello?
Hi there, we can hear you.
All right, so thank you. Basically, a competitive advantage that we offer is one, intuitive user interface. We designed the interface of dashboard to be easy to understand, so technicians will spend less hours in reading manuals or training, saving costs. Secondly, our system is hardware agnostic, meaning it will work with any type or any size of power plant. For example, if we're using certain products, it's only compatible with this certain type of solar inverter. But our hardware is designed to be hardware agnostic, so that won't be a problem. Thirdly, in the pricing strategy, some of the similar providers, monitoring providers, usually charge more if you have hardware faulty or you require hardware maintenance. In our strategy, we don't charge extra for replacing hardware faulty or managing hardware maintenance. So because the cost is actually covered in a very small monthly subscription fee.
All right.
So it's not. Yes.
Thank you very much for your answer. Thank you for your question, Ash. Thank you to the team.
Thank
All
you.
right, judges, we're
Thank
on a
you.
marathon. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. We have 2 more pitches left with our startups. And so we would like to pull up this statement with our business unit, Hong Kong Land. This particular pitch was the most competitive. We received the most number of applications for this. And Hong Kong Land wants to know, how can we automate the supplier and contractor due diligence process while fulfilling ESG standards by leveraging big data analytics and publicly available information? And so here we would like to invite Trade Monday, our challenge statement winner, up onto stage. This is a startup that started in 2017, and they're now interested in scaling their solution. So we'd like to welcome them to the stage. And turn on your camera and your microphone. Hi there. We can see your screen.
Hello.
Hello, can we hear you?
All right. So hi everyone. I'm founder of Trade Monday. We built a platform called AI-powered supply due diligence platform to help the property management team to settle their problem statements. So from our challenges, we understand that the team is now to assess the supplier and contractor based on the list of the list of code of conduct. So now it take times to manually collect and analyze the data from the various unstructured data from different sources. So the property management team is looking for a magic button to automate such due diligence manual work, but how? So don't panic, we have solutions to build a digital platform to automate this process. We have the data platform to collect the different data aspects from like from the company, project portfolio, court case, environmental and safety from different source of the data sources, and we that will be included in the local Hong Kong and the China and the globally, because our technology AI process can process the text, conversation, like we have the NLP technology can process the image, annual report, etc. So we can build a platform to build to understand that for the due diligence for the existing supplier assessment and recommend new suppliers. So now I'm going to shift to other screen to the our demonstration here. So this is a prototype we built for this challenges. This is the 20 existing supplier of the Hong Kong land. So first, this dashboard that can we access, so give a holistic view that each of the supplier that will be say their valid BR, they have how many they have the labor department conviction record and how many court cases involved, and which one is complied with the ISO 14001 for the environmental and the safety, ISO 45001. And it can help to easy to identify which company that will be fall into different categories. So in the vanitations, you can see which supply in the vanitation, etc. So besides the existing contractor, so we also build a recommendation engine to the new supplier that are not using in the Hong Kong land, because we can collect which supplier using by another company, they have different project reference, and also that we can recommend some new contractor to the Hong Kong line. So in terms of code of conduct, we understand that the staff benefit wages working hour is one of the matter of the assessment criteria, but actually this is based on the manually self-declaration. But how did you know that the self-declaration is correct? Because especially for the staff of voice, so we collected all the social listening and tools to listen to what staff say about their company. So you will understand that what is actually the company look like and how the staff look. Understand that what they are feeling working in the company. So for example, like you will see that we collect the staff comment in different company and different of the keywords. For example, like we can easily understand what the staff, meaning that which company is the working cultures, and also can see that the positive and the negative comment. So that can easily to cross track what people, what the self-declaration, is it the gap, and what is it provide a valid information. So we can use different sources in a different environment to cross-track this kind of the code of conduct. So in the ESG page, because ESG is a matter of all listed company, and we build a magic button. So now we understand that what is the ESG dimension to event access to all the list existing vendor is the Hong Kong line. So it based on is that comply with the environmental, the ISO standard, safety standard, and they have some court case in the High Court or the labor department. So once you click the ESG button, so that will be immediate to illustrate which list of the company that will be compliant with all the ESG standards. So that will be easy to understand, and instead the most company that will comply with the ESG standards. So we go to the details page. That will be another magic button is we can down into the contractor view. So in this view, this is a consolidated view that you can see that which for example, like this is the company Atoll. So you can see that this is a view that we say whether the BR is it existing vendor, how many court case they involved. So what is the court case that will be collected from the labor department, and is it the positive or negative comment from? So yeah.
Apologies, I must cut you off there. Judges.
Okay.
Do you have a burning question? Karina?
Yeah, can you tell a little bit about your traction? I mean, how many paying customers do you already have?
Let me go back. Actually, one of the customers is Hong Kong Land, because we are also the founders of the Head Asia 2020, and we built our after that we built a project for the One Food Central, and we implement. So that's why we use the same technology to implement for the brand recommendation. So that's why we can build such demonstration for the property management team in just 2 days. And the attractions, you see our investors. We raised fund in United States. We raised funds in Europe. We are the Alibaba company because we are also a support company. So this is what our attractions. Now our ARR currently is 500,000 to $1 million USD in the ARR.
Fantastic, thank you. And
Yeah.
Kathy, did you have one more question?
Yeah, I do. Hi, Trade Monday.
Yep.
So can I understand your AI engine? How do you ensure that the model improves as you continuously collect data? That's one thing. And the second is, I see in the collateral, it says you would be giving out recommendation or even scoring. How do you ensure the scoring is, somehow it represents objectivity and will somehow become maybe like eventually driving towards a market standard, right?
Yeah.
So how do you ensure that?
Okay, so first, the technology, because we have 3 core technology. First one is the data aggregation. So we have our API and the REST wrapping. So we automatically working on the labeling, cleansing, clustering. So we fully integrated the data source like the e-commerce, social media, and web data source that we can handle it for be it that with Hong Kong Land, because our clients more focused on the grocery because we work for a different grocery store in Europe. And secondly, our technology is NLP, because we also understand that we collect the customer feedback so that we use the NLP technology to like the Cantonese English. So we tune our our technology to understand that what is people saying through our customer comments. So NLP is one
Thank
of
you
the
very much. I know Kathy's nodding and she's got your answer. Take a breath. I feel out of breath for you. But thank you very much for sharing your time with us.
All right.
Thank you.
We will get back to you shortly. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Catch our breath. Last but not least, for our startup track, we have Make My Day. I'm sure we'll make his day if he does win this this final. Hello there. Hi, can we hear you and see you? The question that they're interested in solving for Zhongfu and Cycle and Carriage, they'd like to know, how can we speed up transition to electric vehicle and reduce the carbon footprint of the automotive industry? And with that, we will pass the time to our participant. Hello, hi there. Hello from Hong Kong. Can we hear you and see you?
Yes, hi everyone. My name is Nissan from Tel Aviv, Israel. You see me and the presentation. You can see the presentation. Can you hear me?
Can hear you. We can hear you. Apologies. We'll
Great.
start the timer again because we had a. All right.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Your 5-minute timer starts when you start.
Great. So my name is Nissan. I'm the CEO of the startup Make My Day from Tel Aviv, Israel. And in Make My Day, our goal is to help electric vehicle drivers and fleet and make their life to be easier. So for that, we develop an EV charging optimization, both for the drivers and for the fleets. Today, charging is still one of the main barriers of adoption to electric vehicles. Drivers need to think about where can I find a charging station, when is the best time to charge the vehicle, the range anxiety of the vehicle, what to do while I'm charging, as charging is a long time, you need to wait a long time next to the charging station, different kind of pricing, different kind of charging. So it's still one the big barriers that the charging is to help to move to electric vehicle. So for us in Make My Day, we believe that in order to provide a full solution regarding the charging, we need first to use very unique data about the customer behavior, about the battery, and to understand what is the needs and the agenda of the drivers and the fleet. So we are connecting to the fleet software management system. We are understanding the needs of the drivers. And now when I know what is the needs, the destination of the drivers, I'm also connecting in real time to the battery status of the vehicle and to the charging station in the local area. And I take all these data to the algorithm we develop, analyze it, and then I can actually provide back for them the full solution regarding the charging. So for example, the driver now can get the optimal route for the whole day, including the charging. So if I'm starting my day, let's say 20 or 30%, and by the way, I know that in Hong Kong, most of the people don't have the option to have their own private charging station at home. So then they will actually need to buy about the public charging station, and they will start the day with less charging. Make My Day, we provide them an optimal route for the whole day, everything automatically. We will lead him to the charging station on his route. We will book for him the charging station for the time he will arrive. You don't need to wait if someone else is over there. We will tell them how much to charge and even combine the charging with the things that they need to do, like shopping or mating or eating. So the charging time will be a valuable time for him. Our solution can be implemented into the vehicle. It can be by our application, a white label application, this case with Daimler and Mercedes-Me. But let's talk about also fleets. Fleets, we see a huge trend today of fleets shifting to electric vehicle, mostly because of two main reasons. One is the reduction of the CO2 they commit, and second one is the cost reduction. And in Make My Day, we not only use help the drivers, we give full solution for the fleet managers and the fleet drivers, including routing, charging, scheduling, and management optimization. First, we have a tool that helps them to make the shifting to electric vehicle. It's a kind of calculator, tell them how much money they will save, how much CO2 they will use, what kind of vehicles, how many charging stations they need to install. And once they now did the shift into electric vehicle, we help the fleet managers to manage the charging of the point of view of the whole fleet. And we provide them ROI positive from day one. by doing for them the routing and charging optimization and save a lot of money for the drivers and for the fleets, of course. All our solution can be very easily implemented with our B2B customers by API, by mobile, or with the fleet managers. Our business model is a B2B, mostly license-based. We're working today with OEMs, commercial fleets, energy companies, and more. We operate already in Europe with names like NLX in Italy, Lafarge Olsem around the world, Kia in Israel. Let's talk about CO2 emission, how we can really help to reduce CO2. Today, shifting to electric transport is actually offer a major solution in cutting millions of tons of CO2 emissions, and Make My Day help to do that. But we're not just talking. Our technology actually tested and got labeled by a global organization, and we got an impact label that Make My Day technology help to reduce CO2 and protect the environment. This is an impact label is very important for us, but also to our B2B customers. A few words about the company. We just finalized actually investment round leading by Chevron. So we will operate with Chevron in the US in the next year. And now we want to go globally more than Europe and Israel. Thank you very much, guys, and please make my day.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. I can see in the audience, Dan, our business unit judges, they're also here to support you. And so now I'll turn the time to our judges here. Any questions for Make My Day? Dr. Nadira.
Yeah, I have a quick question regarding the fleet charging and the shift and fleet management. So is this covering all different kinds of cars and trucks? Is it like commercial, heavy commercial, as well as the just regular vehicles, cars?
Yes, the answer is completely yes. In the end, for us, it doesn't matter what kind of vehicle. We take the data. If it's fleets, it's very easy. We usually integrate with the telematic solution that fleet's already using. We get the battery status. We have the model of the fleet. We know what is the range. Now, once I have the data regarding the range of the vehicle, the battery status in real time, and I'm also connected to the fleet software management system. I know what is the destination. I can take this data to the algorithm and provide back for the drivers and for the fleet managers, first the optimal route, including the charging, when and where to charge. If it's for the fleet managers, I give them data in real time about the status of the battery and when is the best time to charge. I just want to say that it's mostly for commercial fleet. It's better, our solution, mostly in Europe and in the US, it's related to commercial fleet because they have a long distance of driving, less than, let's say, a light vehicle. But for us, we can integrate to any kind of vehicle.
And how exactly do you install the solution? Is there anything that you need to download, that you need to change in the car, or how does it work?
No, it's a software. We don't need anything, actually. Everything is in the cloud. We get the data from the vehicle. Usually, it can be from connected car of the OEMs or with a telematic solution that already implement in the vehicle. That we have the data also in the cloud that we collect of the charging station. Everything is, I can work in Hong Kong with Zhongfu in a few weeks or 2 months. We can implement our solution, helping Zhongfu first to get to the private passenger cars.
Thank
and
you
also
very much. Apologies. We would love for you to come to Hong Kong as well. We hope that our quarantine rules become less restricted. But that wraps up just the startups this afternoon. Again, thank you to Weave Air, Cascadia Scientific,
Well done.
Day, and Trade Monday, and Make My Day. And we have no break for our judges.